boy platter, and Jimmy was sitting next to me, and we got down there and I ordered a big boy platter to go. And here comes this waitress out of that thing, and I'm watching her walk all the way to the car, and I said, that's the woman I'm going to marry. He looked over at me and said, you're crazy. He said, do you know her? I said, no, but before the night's over, I will.
I love it.
She came up to the car, and I said, hey, if I come back here in a little bit and order a vanilla Coke only, will you make sure that you bring it out to me? She said, I sure will. I said, all right. And I said, right now I got to go. I went back down there to the A&W root beer stand, and I said, Donna, I said, hey, here's your big boy platter, and our date's off for tonight. I just met the girl I'm going to marry. She threw that big boy platter back in my lap. Jimmy said, you got to take me home. I can't take no more. I said, I ain't going back down there to Precious with you in the car. I'm going to take you home.
Right.
Thank you, Lord. I took his ass home. I sat down there from 7 o'clock. I think she got off at 11 o'clock. And her mom and dad, or her dad picked her up. But I sat down there and I ordered a vanilla Coke. She brought it out. We started talking. She went back in. I ordered a big boy. She brought it out. And I told her before she left the car, I said, here in a little bit, 15 minutes, I'll be ordering a big boy and a Coke. She said, I'll bring it out. Well, anyway, she's telling me there was this boy she wanted to make jealous. And she said, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I said, here's my class ring. I said, you put this class ring on and tell him you've just met a guy and you're going steady with him.
The first night, they're going steady.
And she said, are you serious? And I said, yes, I am serious.
Oh, I love it.
And she said, you got to be kidding me. I said, no, I'm not either. I said, what's your phone number? She gave me her phone number.
Ooh.
And then after that, I ate that big boy and drank that Coke. And then I went home about 11 o'clock. I saw her getting in the car. It looked like a red, I forget what they call it. Ford made it was a truck, but it was I forget what they call that Ford truck.
Who was picking her up?
Her dad.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was in school, honey. She was a school kid. Well, when we started going together, when I decided to ask her to marry me, I went to her mom and dad first. And I said, I'd like to ask your daughter with
How
your
long were you guys
permission.
dating when you got engaged?
We was
Going steady.
Oh golly, 3 months or less.
Oh my God.
And she said, are you serious? I said, yeah, but I said, on one condition, I want to marry your daughter. I said, I want her to graduate from school.
Aww.
I said, I do not want her not to graduate. This is her senior year.
Right.
I've got my draft papers. I've got to go to I said, I didn't want to go to the Army. I've enlisted into the Air Force.
So you were 18 or almost, or 18?
Yeah. And I said, but I got my draft notice. I went down to the draft and I talked to the recruiter for the Air Force, and I'm going into the Air Force, and I said, I would like to marry your daughter when I get out of basic training and tech school.
How long were you gone?
I was gone until April 1st, or last part of March. Me and her got married April the 7th, 1966.
Aww.
1966, yeah. Wayne was born 1967.
Y'all done wasted no time.
She got pregnant on our
All right.
honeymoon.
Okay.
Hey, Kurt was a honeymoon baby too.
Right,
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
Stop.
I know, right?
That's
all right. But anyway, yeah, that's the
right.
story.
That's my favorite story. I could listen to it all.
I asked her sometime after that, years after that, I said,
How old
did you feel the same that I did? She said, when I first met you, she said, I had a good feeling, but she said, I wanted to make Die House jealous because he came on to me that first night we was together as a double date. And she said, I pushed him away and I told him that was not happening.
I know she did too.
And she said, I didn't want him around no more, but he kept
That's where
he kept coming around. And when I gave her that ring, I told her to tell him he don't want to mess with me. And he knew me. Johnny Diehouse knew me.
So he didn't mess with you?
Johnny Diehouse went to Amanda Monroe.
Yeah.
I went to Amanda Monroe. She went to Madison.
After that, did he mess with you?
Honey, he left town.
He just skipped town.
I never have seen that man since then. I called him up and I said, "Hey, Johnny, you don't mess with my girl."
Period.
Man, I ain't gonna mess with her, man. What's she telling you? I said, "Don't matter what
Just
she's
don't
told
mess
me.
with her. That's it. That's
If
it.
I ever find out that you ever went over or even called her once more, you got to answer to me."
Your ass.
Man, I didn't do nothing like that. I would never do that to you. You know me better than that.
That's what they all say. That's
Well,